Hey, so you're really on the cutting edge here listening to this, because today we're diving into DeepSeek.
DeepSeek.
Yeah.
And it's brand new.
It's so new.
Yeah.
And it's already making waves.
It's shaking things up.
Even though it's barely out of the lab.
Especially because it's already going head-to-head with ChatGPT.
Yeah. Before we get into all that, though, let's make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Talking LLMs here, large language models.
Yeah.
And you can think of them like these crazy, powerful brains that are trained on mountains and mountains.
Mountains.
Data.
Data.
Right.
Yeah. They're essentially designed to understand and generate human language.
Yeah.
Which is really cool when you think about all the possibilities.
Okay, so we've got these two AI titans, DeepSeek and ChatGPT, and they're both LLMs.
Right.
But our source, DeepSeek versus ChatGPT, complete comparison of the AI titans in 2025 from Geeks for Geeks really highlights how DeepSeek is doing things differently.
It is.
It's kind of like comparing, a speedboat to a cruise ship.
Okay.
Both can get you across the ocean.
Right.
But the way they do it and what they're best at is totally different.
That's a great analogy. I like that.
Thanks.
One of the biggest differences is in their architecture.
Okay.
So ChatGPT is built like one massive network.
Okay.
With like a ridiculous 1.8 trillion parameters.
Wow.
But DeepSeek uses a different approach.
Okay.
It's called mixture of experts.
Mixture of experts.
A mixture of experts.
That sounds so intriguing.
Right.
Break it down for us.
Okay, so think of it like a team of specialists.
Okay.
Instead of one giant brain trying to do everything.
Okay.
DeepSeek has all these different modules or experts that are trained on specific tasks.
Interesting.
So depending on the challenge, only the relevant experts are activated.
Okay.
So it's way more efficient.
So it's like having a brain surgeon.
Yeah.
A rocket scientist.
No.
And a master chef.
Right.
All on call.
Yes.
But you only call the one you need.
Exactly.
For the job at hand.
Right.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So how does that affect its performance, though?
Well,
compared to ChatGPT?
That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Because that specialization allows DeepSeek to achieve some remarkable results.
Okay.
Especially in things like math and coding.
Hold on, wait. So you're saying that this AI with a team of specialists can outperform ChatGPT?
Yeah.
This giant with trillions of parameters.
That's exactly what the benchmarks are showing.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So in math, DeepSeek has a 90% accuracy rate.
Wow.
Which even beats a supercharged version of ChatGPT.
Wow.
And then in coding puzzles, it has a 97% success rate.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's doing some pretty incredible stuff.
Okay, so is DeepSeek like the new AI overlord then?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
It's important to remember that ChatGPT is still great in areas where broad knowledge is key.
Okay.
Like with creative writing. Or understanding images.
Right.
So it's more about recognizing that DeepSeek's specialized approach is giving it an edge in specific domains.
So it's not really about one being better than the other.
Right.
It's more like each having its own strengths and weaknesses
exactly.
depending on the task at hand.
Right.
So ChatGPT might be better for writing a poem.
Yeah.
But DeepSeek is the math whiz.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this difference in their approach also has some really intriguing implications for the future of AI development.
Oh, how so?
Well, DeepSeek's efficiency is a game changer.
Okay.
It was trained for a fraction of the cost of ChatGPT.
Really?
Yeah.
Like how much are we talking?
Like $5.5 million compared to potentially over $100 million.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a massive difference.
It is.
Wow.
And raises some interesting questions about the direction of AI development.
Like what?
Well, does bigger always mean better? Or could this focused, specialized approach be the key to making advanced AI more accessible?
Right.
To smaller companies.
To more people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a fascinating thought.
It is.
So DeepSeek isn't just an impressive AI.
Right.
It's challenging our assumptions about how AI should be built and who can participate in its development.
Exactly.
That's really cool. So to really understand these differences,
you
know how they play out in practice? The article goes beyond these benchmarks.
Right.
And it pits DeepSeek and ChatGPT against each other.
Yeah.
In a real-world showdown.
Head to head.
Okay, now this is where it gets really exciting. What kind of challenges are we talking about here?
They were given a variety of tasks.
Okay.
Starting with content creation.
Ooh.
Both were asked to create an outline for an article about LLMs.
That's hilarious.
All right.
So they're like analyzing themselves.
It's AI inception.
That's wild. Okay, so how'd they do?
Well, DeepSeek took a much more strategic approach.
Okay.
It laid out its thought process in a very methodical way.
Yeah.
It was almost like a detective outlining their case.
Okay.
ChatGPT's outline was fine, but it lacked that same level of depth and strategic thinking.
So DeepSeek was not only creating content,
Yeah.
it was explaining its reasoning.
Oh.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Was that a fluke, or is this a consistent strength?
That's a great question, and one we'll have to explore further as we look at the other challenges they faced.
Okay.
But it certainly suggests that DeepSeek's unique approach to learning and problem solving might be giving it an edge in tasks that require more than just surface-level understanding.
I'm hooked. Let's dive into the next challenge and see how they stack up.
Let's do it.
Okay, so last we left off, DeepSeek was showing some real promise,
Yeah.
in that content creation challenge,
Mm-hmm.
even laying out its reasoning like a true AI Sherlock Holmes.
Right. It really demonstrated a strategic approach that went beyond just generating text.
Yeah.
But let's see how it did with the next task,
Yeah.
a physics problem.
Okay, physics. So we're really putting their brains to the test now.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is that both DeepSeek and ChatGPT actually solved the problem
Oh, wow.
and got the right answer.
So it's a tie.
Well, not quite.
Okay.
While their final answers were the same,
Yeah.
their approaches and explanations were a bit different.
Interesting.
ChatGPT gave a clearer and more concise explanation
Okay.
of the formula and the underlying physics concepts.
So ChatGPT was better at explaining its work, even though DeepSeek got there too.
Exactly. It seems like while DeepSeek might understand the math concepts really well,
Uh-huh.
it has a little trouble explaining its reasoning in a way that's easy for humans to get.
So DeepSeek's like that quiet kid in class,
Right.
who can solve the equation,
Yeah,
but stumbles when asked to explain it.
exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Thanks.
It highlights that even with its impressive capabilities, DeepSeek still has room to grow, particularly in how it communicates complex concepts.
Yeah, because what good is a solution if no one understands how you got there?
Right. It's like having a map with no legend.
Exactly.
You might reach your destination, but the journey's a total mystery.
Totally. And this kind of ties back to one of the key differences between DeepSeek and ChatGPT that we talked about earlier. Their architectures.
Right. ChatGPT, with its massive interconnected network,
Yeah.
seems to be better at explaining things
Yeah.
in a way that makes sense to us humans.
So even though DeepSeek's mixture of experts
Right.
makes it super efficient and powerful, it might also be why its explanations are a little less elegant.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
Yeah.
It shows that there are trade-offs to each approach.
Right.
And the best AI really depends on what you need it for.
Okay.
If you want a clear explanation, ChatGPT might be better.
Uh-huh.
But if raw problem-solving power is what you're after,
Yeah.
DeepSeek could be the way to go.
It's all about the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
Right. Just like with anything else.
Right.
Okay, but let's move on to the final challenge.
Yeah.
This AI Showdown, the coding challenge,
Right.
what were they tasked with creating this time?
This time, the challenge was to design and code a functional calculator.
A calculator, okay.
And this is where DeepSeek, even with a bit of a rocky start,
Really?
managed to pull ahead in kind of a surprising way.
A rocky start. What happened?
Well, it took a couple tries to get the code completely right.
Okay.
It ran into a few errors and had to go back and refine its approach a bit.
So even the AI geniuses make mistakes.
Absolutely. It reminds us that these are still complex systems,
Yeah.
Still under development, always room to improve.
Always learning.
Exactly.
So what was so surprising about DeepSeek's calculator then?
Well, once DeepSeek did get the code right, its calculator was way more user-friendly than ChatGPT's.
Okay, how so?
DeepSeek's had a cleaner interface,
Yeah.
a more intuitive layout for the buttons.
Okay.
It just felt overall more streamlined and enjoyable to use.
Interesting.
ChatGPT's calculator worked fine,
Okay.
but it was a bit clunky
Clunky.
and not as intuitive.
So in this case, DeepSeek was not only effective, it was thinking about the user experience too. That's pretty impressive for an AI that's supposed to be,
Yeah.
all about the technical stuff.
It is. It suggests that DeepSeek's ability to learn and adapt
Yeah.
goes beyond just crunching numbers and solving equations.
Right.
It's starting to understand human-centered design principles,
Wow.
which is so important for creating AI tools that are Not only powerful,
Right.
but also usable and accessible.
So it's like DeepSeek's evolving from a
Yeah.
pure math whiz
Yeah.
to like a more well-rounded AI.
Exactly.
One that can not only solve complex problems, but also present those solutions in a way that's effective and user-friendly.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
It's a really exciting development because it means these AI models could really become part of our everyday lives.
Yeah.
Helping us not just with specialized tasks,
Yeah.
but with everyday stuff too.
Right.
Just making things easier and smoother.
Yeah.
Really cool to think about.
Okay, so DeepSeek is efficient,
Yeah.
powerful,
Yeah.
strategic, and now user-friendly.
It's the whole package.
It sounds like it's really giving ChatGPT a run for its money.
Right.
But if we zoom out a little and look at this whole AI battle, what are the big takeaways here? What does this tell us about where AI is at and where it might be going?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think one of the most important takeaways is that the AI world is becoming more diverse.
Diverse? Okay.
It's not just one AI to rule them all anymore.
Right.
Instead, we're seeing specialized AIs emerge,
Yeah.
each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
So like a diverse ecosystem of AI.
That's a fantastic way to put it.
Like,
It's like all these different species and evolving to fill their own little niches.
I like that.
And this diversity is great.
Yeah.
It means we're not stuck with one solution for every problem.
Right.
We can start to match the AI tool to the task at hand.
Yeah.
Choose the model that fits our needs best.
So it's not about which AI is better.
Exactly.
It's about which AI is better for this particular job.
That's it.
Gotcha.
And this shift toward specialization is also opening up a lot of possibilities for AI development.
Okay.
We're seeing that you don't always need trillions of parameters and tons of data to create a really powerful AI.
Yeah.
DeepSeek is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Even though its mixture of experts approach isn't as massive as ChatGPT's,
Right.
it's still incredibly capable.
Yeah.
And in some cases, even beats the giant.
So exciting.
I know, right?
This is a big deal because it means AI development isn't just for the big tech companies anymore.
Exactly.
The ones with all the resources.
Right. Smaller companies, research institutions, even individuals can contribute to AI now.
That's pretty awesome.
It is by focusing on specific areas and developing tailored solutions.
That's a really empowering thought.
Right.
It means the future of AI isn't set in stone.
No.
It's a collaborative thing.
Yeah.
Constantly evolving,
Absolutely.
shaped by everyone's contributions.
And that's what makes this whole field so fascinating.
Yeah.
We're seeing the birth of a new technological era.
Wow.
Where AI isn't some futuristic concept.
Right.
It's here.
It's real.
And it's shaping our world in some really profound way.
It's like we're standing at the edge of this huge uncharted territory. And DeepSeek's arrival is just the first step.
The first step into this exciting new frontier.
So cool. It really sounds like this DeepSeek versus ChatGPT thing is just a small part of a much bigger story. Like, we're not just talking about these two AIs duking it out.
Right.
But like a whole new era of specialized AI.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, what other kinds of specialized AIs we might see.
Right. Like, what else is out there?
What if there was an AI trained on the entire history of scientific literature?
That would be amazing.
Right.
It'd be like having this super-powered research assistant that can analyze all these complex studies, connect different fields, and even suggest new hypotheses.
Exactly. It could totally change how we do science.
Yeah, like speeding up research.
Totally.
And helping us solve some of the world's biggest problems.
Exactly.
I can already picture it. Scientists working with these AI partners, making crazy discoveries.
And doing it way faster than we ever could before.
Wow. What other specialized AIs can you imagine?
Ooh. Let's see.
Okay.
What about an AI that could analyze your genome and create a personalized health plan for you?
Wow. That'd be like...
It'd be amazing.
Having your own personal AI health guru.
Right.
It could totally revolutionize healthcare.
It really could.
Moving away from this one-size-fits-all approach to something truly personalized.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And those are just a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless.
Seriously.
We could have specialized AIs for composing music, designing cities,
Wow.
teaching languages,
Okay.
giving financial advice.
Personalized.
Totally personal.
And it's mind-blowing to think about
It is.
the impact they could have on our lives.
Yeah.
But it also makes you think, as these AI systems become more integrated, how do we make sure they're used responsibly?
That's the big question.
Yeah, like how do we navigate the ethical stuff
It's a crucial.
and the potential risks of this powerful technology?
Yeah, those are really important questions.
Yeah.
And to be honest, there aren't easy answers.
Yeah.
But I think the first step is just talking about it.
Okay.
Having open and honest conversations about the good and the bad of AI and working together to figure out some guidelines to make sure it's developed and used in a responsible way.
It's like we're going on this crazy adventure into uncharted territory with advanced AI.
And we got to be careful, make sure we're on the right path.
Right. Make sure this technology is actually helping us.
Yeah, it's making our lives better, not worse.
Exactly. Okay, but let's bring it back to DeepSeek and ChatGPT for a sec.
Okay.
We've been comparing them.
Yeah.
Talking about their strengths and weaknesses. As we wrap up this episode, what's the one thing you want our listener to take away from all of this?
I think it's that we're at this really important turning point in AI.
A turning point. How so?
Well, the arrival of specialized AIs like DeepSeek, it shows that things are changing.
Okay.
We're moving away from this idea of one perfect AI and toward a future with lots of different AI models.
Yeah.
Each one great at its own thing.
And that's a good thing, right?
It is.
It means more possibilities.
Yeah.
More competition and innovation.
And that ultimately benefits us,
Exactly. We get more tools and solutions.
It's a pretty exciting time to be following AI.
It really is.
And I think the key is to stay curious, stay engaged, and stay informed.
Right. The more we understand about AI,
the
better prepared we'll be for whatever comes next.
So, to our listener, if this deep dive has got you interested in AI, keep learning.
There's so much out there.
There are tons of resources online and in libraries.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Yeah.
Challenge assumptions. And get involved in the conversation about the future of AI.
Because your voice matters.
It really does the future of AI. It's not something that's just happening to us.
Right.
Shaping it.
Through our choices and our actions.
So let's approach this opportunity with, curiosity, responsibility.
And a willingness to learn and adapt.
Well said.
Thanks. Okay, well, on that note,
I
think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Sounds good.
But before we go,
I got to ask,
what's that?
Any final thoughts for our listener?
Remember DeepSeek and ChatGPT?
Yeah.
There's just two examples of the incredible AI stuff happening right now.
Okay.
There are tons of other AIs out there.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of them are still in their early stages.
Wow.
Being developed in labs all over the world.